What's up guys, Shane here, House of Cards TCG. It has been too long and we are so excited to come back with a great new deck profile. We have Drytron, best deck of the format. It is easily the best combo deck. It does struggle against Droll, obviously. Cycle Reader, everyone's playing right now. So it has its weaknesses, but really want to show you my build. First thing we have 3 Diviner of the Herald. You need 3. I've seen some people playing 2 because there's not a lot of space in this deck. People are, looking for ways to insert other cards. I think you need it at 3. You want to see it in the opening hand. It's essential to get into that Beatrice play. So Diviner at 3. Next we have the other standard 3 Alpha. That goes without saying. 3 Zeta. You need 3 of those. I'm playing 1 Delta, 2 Gamma. I think 1 Delta is enough because it conflicts with Prosperity. You don't want to see it too often. 2 Gamma you really need to get into your main combo there. You want to see it in hand, it helps you play around Droll. So that's why it's at 2 instead of 1. I've seen it at 1 sometimes, but I like it at 2. Next we have 2 Eva. You need 1 to dump during your turn with Beatrice, 1 during the opponent's turn. That's why it's at 2. Kind of sucks when you draw it, but is what it is. 3 Herald. You need to see this in the opening hand. Prosperity helps you dig for it, along with another fairy so you can negate a Droll. Droll is really what punishes this deck, so we're looking for maximum ways to out it. 1 Ben 10, we played at 1 because it's limited to 1. It's bread and butter of the deck. 1 Eda 10, I like Eda 10 because it recycles the ritual spell. We're only playing 1 ritual spell, so Eda 10's good. Level 6, works well with Beatrice play. Natasha is just great going second. We can't really, a lot of people are cutting Natasha. I like it because 50% of the time you're going to be going second, so having that ability to really just clear their board with 1 card is worth it in my opinion. 1 Draconids. This guy is really good, can't be targeted, so really good against Sky Striker. He's a 4,000 beater with 2 pops, quick effect. It's really good. Pretty situational, but I like playing Draconids. It does come up. Obviously, you need the ultimateness. Not much to say about ultimateness. Negate everything. 1 Called by the Grave. Again, we want to punish that Droll. Along with the instant fusion here, I'll cover it since it's essentially 2 copies of the same card. You really want to dig for that with your Prosperity, if you can, especially games 2 and 3 when you know that Droll and Cycle Reader will be sided in. So really important to see those. 3 Cyber Emergency, again, standard. You got to see your Drytrons. 3 Nova, special summon out of Drytron, mandatory to play 3 of those. 1 Foolish Burial. I like it because it's essentially just another Drytron name. All the Drytron effects can be activated in the graveyard, so you can dump whichever one you want. So that's why this package of Drytrons is a little bit light. Some people are playing more Drytron names, but with Foolish Burial, it's just another name. And I feel like with Nova and Emergency, you should have pretty good access to your Drytrons with this build here. I'm maining 3 Forbidden Droplet. It has so much synergy with this deck. You don't care if your cards are going to the graveyard. And Droplet is just so powerful, being able to negate an effect monster non-targeting. It outs your Dragoon. It outs the Mirror, your ultimateness. It has just a lot of good applications in the current meta. And I think it's one of the the best power spells in the game right now. So running it at 3, I had considered putting in more spell and trap removal, which I'm still highly considering. Main decking 1 or 2 Twin Twisters, but like I said, just not a lot of space. But definitely let me know down below what you think, if you'd be running the spell and trap removal with strikers out there with a lot of back row. Yeah, let me know what you think. Again, the instant fusion, another Called by the Grave, gets out the Millennium Eyes Restrict and then negates the monster effect. So really powerful there. 1 Ritual Spell. I like it at 1. We're not seeing too much DD Crow lately. If they did Crow it, I would be punished, but just a 1. If it does, Crow does come up more, or more removal, Cyclone, I'll add another 1. 3 Prosperity. This one helps you dig for the pieces. Depending on your opening hand, you will obviously you want to see the Call by the Grave and the instant fusion, if you're expecting a Droll or cycle reader, but it also helps you just see your Drytron names or your Diviner more. And then 2, Preparation of Rites. This card is really strong if you can resolve it fully, adding that ritual spell back to your hand. Otherwise, it's just good. You want to see Benten. Yeah. So let's go to the side deck. 3 Droll. This one's really good in the mirror. Really good. Has good against a lot of decks right now. Dark Ruler No More. Your standard going second card. Evenly Matched. I feel like is really strong in this format because there's not a lot of spell and trap negates out there. You're not seeing a lot of Gorload Savage or something that could negate this. You're seeing more of Appaloosa. A lot of decks are playing Appaloosa right now on their end board. So Evenly Matched can really punish them. Twin Twisters, again, spell and trap removal for your striker, Salamangrate, that kind of thing. Solemn Judgment you side in if you know you're going first because Dark Ruler No More or Droplet can really punish this deck if they can negate your ultimateness. So you play the Solemn Judgment just essentially for that purpose. To the extra deck, we have our Elder Entity Entis, which is sent off Diviner if you need to remove something from the field. Millennium Eyes Restrict, again, you play that with Instant Fusion. 2 Herald of the Arclight does come up playing 3 Diviner. You sometimes see that second and you really need it mid-game or late game. So that does come up. Beatrice, standard with a Diviner and a Benten or Editen, gets you that dump of the Ava so you can add more fairies to your hand for ultimate gates. Then we have Zeus. You go into Zeus, obviously attacking with an Xyz monster, which is going to be your Mu Beta Fafnir. I play 2 of them. That does come up as well. You want to see 2 in case they break your board. Definitely want to see 2. This is extremely strong addition to the deck. Lets you dump a Drytron, and you can ritual using the materials, which is insane. 1 Lyrilisk, Assembled Nightingale. This helps you just get into your Zeus. Can attack directly, and then you go into the Zeus that way. Then we have our Link monsters. We have Appaloosa, obviously really strong, 4 monster negates. We have Boral Sword Dragon, which I actually prefer over the Access Code Talker. I feel like this is just stronger. I just prefer to go into this to end the game. We play IP, part of your end board, and then we play some Nightmares. So we do the Phoenix to pop back row, and we do Unicorn to bounce back to the deck. And then 1 Link Rebo just gets your Drytron into the graveyard so it can activate its effects. So let's do a test hand, show you what this deck is capable of. Get into solo mode, and let's see what we got. Okay, not bad. So essentially we have full combo here. So let's go ahead and the sequencing, let me know how you would sequence this, but just going into kind of bread and butter combo here. So we will get our Benten. And then we tribute the Benten's cost, so to the graveyard to activate Zeta. And then Zeta searches us our ritual spell. Ritual spell to hand, and then Benten also triggers, and we can add our Diviner. Okay, so from there, we will activate the Diviner, normal summon effect to send our Herald to the graveyard. When Herald gets sent to the grave, it can add a ritual spell or ritual monster from deck to hand. So we're going to go ahead and let's just pick up our ultimates to hand. And then from there we'll do Foolish. And we're going to dump our Alpha. So dumping the Alpha, at that point, we can activate the Alpha effect from grave, special summon and defense, tributing our E to 10 as cost. And that lets us add a ritual monster from deck to hand. So only one left is Natasha. Let's go ahead and add that to hand. then from there, we can turn these two into our Mu Beta Fafnir. So overlay that on summon, it gets its effect, and you get to dump a Drytron from Drytron card, so it can be a spell or trap. I'm not sure why you do that, but it's going to be a monster, and you're normally going to go for Gamma here. So let's dump our Gamma. And then we want to activate that Gamma. Well, not activate that yet. So careful not to activate this yet, because you want another Drytron named Grave so that you can bring it back from the Grave with Gamma's effect. So let's go ahead and do our Meteorus Drytron, and we'll bring out let's bring out our Ben 10. All right, let's go ahead and do Edaton. So we're going to special summon that here by detaching a material, which is really cool. It's really a broken effect of Drytron. Now you can banish a, not banish, but you can ritual summon with the material there. So we're going to turn these two into our Beatrice. Always put it in defense. You never know when Lightning Storm is going to come out, so I want to play around Lightning Storm as much as possible, especially with it getting reprinted. It's going to be very affordable. So then let's go ahead and activate the Gamma effect. So special summoning and defense. Attributing our ultimateness as cost. So send that to the graveyard, and Gamma effect will trigger. That'll bring back your alpha, and you can put these in attack. So let's go ahead and do that. And then from there, we're going to activate our Meteorus. Send that to hand by reducing the attack here by 1,000. And then we'll go ahead and do a ritual summon. So we're going to detach another material, not once per turn. Good to know. And special summon our ultimateness and defense. So then from there, we can turn these two into our IP Masquerena. And then we can activate Beatrice. Oh, you do not want to do that. So Beatrice will detach one. You're going to detach the Diviner. That's important. So put this back. Make sure I do this right. To defense. Let's just go ahead and move it back to where it belongs. So that will be able to dump our Eva. And then that'll trigger to add a Diviner and a Herald of Orange Light to our hand, and those are the negates with ultimateness. So then this is your end board. You have 1, 2, 3 negates there, and let's say it goes on to your opponent's turn. At that point, you can activate your Beatrice again. Normally, you want to get rid of another one. You want to burn one of these negates first here, so that you have another one in the grave. But you can go ahead and banish these two, and then you can add 2 more fairies to hand. So you would add another Orange Light, and you would add another Diviner. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negates off the ultimateness. We have an IP play, which you can go into an Appaloosa, you can go into a Unicorn Phoenix. So yeah, honestly, this deck is insane. Let me know what you think of that sequencing. I'm still getting the hang of the deck, and want to hear what the most optimal sequencing is. But this is Shane with House of Cards TCG signing up.